Oh, Daffy Telefaro with Death and Taxes. Usually, phenomenal player. Hasn't normally been. Joined by Lachlan Saunders. For the next round?
Yeah.
Yep. Shane's subbing out, having a smoke, having some lunch. Lockie will probably be here for the next 2 rounds while I then go and grab lunch. So now we're up to Lewis and Morgan.
Lewis and Morgan, right. Two of my favourite players in Canberra, I think.
Yep.
The Ophel brothers are pretty infamous around here.
So what's Lewis got?
Lewis, I'm not sure what Lewis is playing.
I think he's on a bant list. We've got it here.
Right, let's have a look.
Yeah, so
I very expected Lewis to play band. He loves Tropical Island. He loves Savannah. So
yeah, so he's on that. Not only that, he's not favoured by a bunch of people. I know that the other top 8 competitors didn't seem to think that he's got much. He's also sick today, to be fair. But
yes, but so is Chris Addy, and look how that turned out. I mean,
oh, that was definitely a matchup in his favour. This one I think is a bit more balanced. We've got So it's a Stoneblade type list. True name: Knight of the Reliquary, Scavenging Ooze.
Okay, yeah.
Singleton Chrysali Pride Mage.
He's got a new card in there. I don't know if you guys know about the new conspiracy set. Council's Judgment.
Multiple times.
Now, Council Judgment is a very, very interesting card. A very great card.
It just eats things.
I think the most important part about it is the fact that you can. There's only one. Is there more on the board?
No, we've just got the one.
Just a singleton in the main deck. The most important part about it is that it can kill True Name, and I definitely think that's why the card exists, to just get rid of True Name. See, True Name has protection from your opponent.
Yeah,
and
well, we're hoping most of the viewers.
most of the viewers of those. And Council Judgment allows you to vote for a card, which is not targeting. It doesn't get
it eats True Name Nemesis.
It gets rid of True Name.
It eats everything that you can possibly.
It definitely takes care of a lot of things. Non-land.
Sure. But yeah, so it looks like that Lewis is hoping to go for the 4 Noble Hierarch, 4 True Name to just power out a True Name.
Yeah, turn 2 True Name and hope that gets there.
With a Hierarch, so it's getting the Exalted triggers.
Yeah.
And then our other player is Morgan. We've got Morgan on.
I think Morgan's on some kind of black-white brew. I saw Marilyn of the Morn song in his list.
Yeah, so he's got Marilyn of the Morn song.
There we go.
Oh, yep, Morgan. Here we go. So Marilyn of the Morn song, Dark Confident. So it's a bug. So not a bug, a junk type hate bear list.
Righto.
4 Mother Ruins, 3 main decks, Spirit of Labyrinth, very much sort of a lot of the Death and Taxes hate creatures.
Okay, I can see here the 2 main decks, Zealous Persecution, definitely a nod to True Name Nemesis.
Yeah. What else have we got? Has he got things in board?
I actually
and a 3rd one in board.
Looking at this list, I think I'm definitely liking Morgan.
Brim as King of Somewhere.
Yeah, we've got Brim as King of Somewhere written on the list.
Solid list.
But I definitely think I like Morgan in this matchup because Zealous Persecution seems like it's just going to be such a beating. It's going to take out the True Name. It's going to take care of the Noble Hierarch.
He's got the 4 Ghost Quarters and the Alonian Arbiters and the Aven Mind Sensors. I think there's a lot of hand hate and things here, and Lewis isn't going to be able to keep pace. We've got Morgan coming in at 4th, so Morgan's on the play.
That's definitely going to help him. I think
Morgan's on the play. I'm not sure. It's Morgan or Lewis.
Well, that's definitely true. One person.
Yes, it is one of them. Morgan on the play.
I don't know if Marilyn of the Morn song is going to be what he wants to play here. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only person who's familiar with Marilyn. Marilyn is 1 black for a 2/3 legendary creature. Players can't draw cards, and at the beginning of each upkeep, beginning of each draw step actually, the player whose turn it is searches a library for a card and puts it in their hand and loses 3 life. So they get to cast Grim Tutor, and often
each turn,
each draw step. However, I think that Lewis is just going to search for that Swords to Plowshares a lot.
Well, I think the idea is to curve Leonin Arbiter into Marilyn and the Morn song.
That's true.
Which your opponent then takes the first bolt, and your guys in play, and they just can't search their library, and the game becomes over very quickly.
Well, I guess they can pay 2, and then they can't maybe cast the spell they get. But I think
and you've got 4 power on the field, and it took them a bolt. I mean, there's a lot of stuff coming through there that's just going to kill you outright. Like, so that's 4 to 7 damage, and you're not going to be able to search. It also shuts off all the fetch lands.
Yeah, and I think Lewis's deck definitely relies on those fetch lands a lot.
Yeah.
With those 3 colors, you've got to get that green on turn 1 and get access to that Noble Harak and then play the Trinity.
Well, he's also got 3 Green Sun Zeniths in there, so that's
yeah, definitely, yeah. I'm liking
4
Morgan more and more.
4 Misty Rainforest.
Can we get lunch there starting?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I'll grab lunch
After this round.
Yeah.
What?
I'm grabbing lunch next. You have lunch now? I'll grab lunch next.
Okay.
Yep. Shane, not understanding how schedules work.
I think the Even Mind Sensor as well is definitely going to be...
We've just got the 1 though. It's not as many of the Leon and Arbiter.
It's not as good as the 4 Leon and Arbiter. I think
the 3 like this deck is very geared around the Leon and Arbiter being in play. And I think
yeah,
whether or not we see that is going to be a big thing.
Now, if we look at the sideboard,
we'll go to the sideboard after having a look at seeing how game 1 plays out.
Sure.
Is there anything? What's he got? He's got 3 days, 4 swords,
and
4 force. These are the ways he has to deal with the Learn and Arbiter, and that's what's going to come down to.
Oh, he's got the 4 swords of plowshares.
Yeah. 4 force, 3 days, 4 swords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that this matchup may be decided if Lewis manages to get a Stoneforge in play on turn 2 before Morgan can even get the Learn and Arbiter and get the Jit. I think Jit is going to be the main decider in this because I can't really see.
He's got 4 Turtle Skullers. And 3
that's
Path to Exile.
pretty funny, yeah.
There's a lot of things he can do. I think it's really going to come down to the Leon and Arbiters being in play and for how long.
Have we got some Cavernous Souls here? No Cavernous Souls.
No, 3K but Koilos, rocking them.
Yeah,
bring back the Painlands.
You know, that card is... no, that's not being reprinted.
Really? They're just doing 3?
No, it's 5. It's the
enemy ones. Yeah, Llanowar Waste is green-black, so white-black is Caves.
Yeah, it must be Caves. I don't know.
So we've got Caves of Koilos coming back. There you go. Legacy cards in Standard.
Yeah.
I definitely Bremaz of King of Somewhere.
Yeah.
3 Spirit Labyrinth. Yeah, this is just a standard deck.
Yeah. Soon we'll be seeing this kind of deck in Standard, I think, with a black-white kind of aggro deck. I mean,
it's almost entirely modern legal. He's got 4 Scrublands, 2 Caracas, 4 Wasteland,
4 Mother
4 Mother of Runes.
I believe Wordsmith and Morgan have been both playing a similar deck in Modern.
It was both Morgan and Lachlan Wordsmith, and they actually faced twice in the Swiss. And Morgan happened to just get the better hand both times and knock him out, which is unfortunate for Lachlan Wordsmith, who's a fantastic player, but he's not in the top 8.
Yeah.
I
think one of the best parts of being good at this game is just being ridiculously lucky. And I've read a number of articles from people just saying, this is how I win games. I'm just luckier than other people.
Well, that's what we were expecting to see from Daffod, but I don't know if you saw that match with the bluff that
No, what happened?
So, it was just a phenomenal bluff. Daffod has lethal on board, but he has to swing with the Mother of Ruins to do it. So he tries to point out that he has lethal to get him to scoop. To get Dylan to scoop. And Dylan goes, no, won't have a bar of it. So Daffod attacks for less than lethal, leaves the Mother back, and the Stoneforge to put his artifact into play. His Jit, swing for lethal next turn. This takes him down to 2.
Yeah, and he forgets some other runes on this Subraxis.
Not just that, but he could have recast his Phyrexian Revoker in response to the Cavern Harpy.
Yeah.
That would have made him pay life for lethal. There were so many things that
so many things. I mean, I think that Alarin's a very confusing deck for a lot of people to play against. It plays a lot of weird cards. I mean, when your opponent busts out Calling Oracle on turn 2, sometimes you think you got lucky, you got the buy.
You're hoping your opponent doesn't know Skull Clamp isn't legal.
I
misstep my turn 1 brainstorm.
As I said, I've played Alarin a lot, and one of my favorite things to do is attack with Calling Oracle. Sometimes they just get there, playing a lot of guys,
So that's Morgan. Morgan is actually a fantastic player. He's been among the highest rated players for last season for a long time. He's done well in GPs and things. He's just sort of skirted with the spotlight for a long time.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
And this is Lewis Ophel, one of the local Ophel brothers, and their cousin. I post stuff on Facebook.
We have Lewis Ophel, Josh Ophel, and Alex Ophel. Alex is the cousin, Josh and Lewis are the brothers.
Yeah, shout out to the local players.
Yeah, they definitely always show up to our Sunday tournaments here and do reasonably well.
So if I had to call a wild card, Lewis would be it at the moment, because I think that Morgan's list is strong, and he's going to get there. He's going to have difficulty with Pox if he faces it.
Yeah,
but he's going to do reasonably well otherwise. And Lewis is coming with a Bant deck that I haven't really seen anything that's similar to it. I've seen people try, but nothing.
No. When Trinity was first released, we had a GP in which Sam Black was playing a Bant list, just Bant True Name. Yeah, definitely.
So I remember Knights and Stoneforge and things. I've seen interesting things like okay, I hadn't seen that list. Anyway, so he's playing that, and I think that it's just definitely favoured for Morgan here.
Yeah, I think
and Lewis being sick isn't going to help him.
Yeah, I mean, I can looking at Morgan's hand, I think we might have a bit of an awkward Ghost Quarter hand here.
No. There's a Cavern there. There's a Cavern of Souls.
Caves of Callers? No, he's not. There's no Cavern of Souls in his list.
Oh, right, okay. Yep.
So
let's hope this list isn't
wrong. I'm pretty sure
going for a mulligan for Lewis.
Okay, so that means who's playing first on this?
Morgan's on the play.
Morgan's on the play, so Morgan's kept. So that must be a Caves of Crawlers in his hand, I think.
Oh no, he's got the Ether Vial, which is just going to let him power out his thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't see the vial.
Yeah, and the Ghost Quarter. So I think he had a mum.
Ether Vial, Caves, Ghost Quarter.
So we've got 4 of the cards. I'm very sure there's going to be at least another dude in there.
Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking like a Leon and Arbiter.
Hoping like that's his ideal
or maybe
play.
A Talia, yeah. And like getting that vial to 2 and having vialing in the Arbiter response to a fetch land.
That's going to be brutal.
Yeah. And like the Ghost Quarter to follow it up, I think.
And the mulligan's not going to help. So we've got a Council's Judgment here. We've got has he mulled to 7?
No, that was 6 cards. But
he's going to 5.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, at least he's on the draw to kind of
negate that. I don't think he can gain back the tempo. Like
I think just getting that Hierarch turn 1, getting that True Name turn 2
might get him there.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there's potential for that. I can see that.
If Morgan can get to the point where he can actually cast a Zealous. Oh, that's not the hand you want to keep. There's a lot of fetch.
Okay, there we go. So it's a double Bob.
Oh, he had Bob. Double Bob.
Wow. Double Bob, Ghost Quarter Mum.
I think there's a Zealous Persecution in that hand.
Yep. Double Zealous Persecution. There we go. We were
I'm not a fan of Lewis here in this instance. Like, as long as Morgan plays tight and remembers those triggers, like. Look at him go! What a champion! You know? Like, can you play any better? To be honest, and that's what we were saying earlier. That
it's going to come a lot down to luck.
Well,
we've got a Bob, we've got a Mum, we've got Zealous Persecution coming up with another land,
and
it's all bad.
Yeah, look, I think Lewis has a Swords in hand.
He's got a True Name and a Force. He's working out whether to force the
Bob.
And it's going to lose him his True Name though.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it. Yeah, I think I like fetching Tundra and swordsing the Bob, just getting out of the way. Obviously he doesn't know about the Mum, but
he doesn't.
I think the Mother Runes is definitely less important than him just out card advantaging you. It's very important to prioritize that, especially after going to.
Well, the
to
Force
such a
isn't
low
going to
amount.
help here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The Force. So at the moment, we're looking for.
I guess the Force isn't relevant after this point because the Vial will take care of
but
it.
He didn't want to lose the True Name to it, so I understand.
Yeah.
I think so. He wants to go. We're going to have a solid effort. We're going to have a Mum come down, followed by.
Really, I don't like untapping here.
Without swordsing the Bob first?
Not at all.
Because you have the potential to draw a card that could be relevant. He's drawn an upside down fetch land.
No, he's drawn a Force. He drew another Force.
Oh, he's drawn another Force? Okay.
Yeah.
But it's going to be totally irrelevant.
Yeah. I think...
Crack your fetch lands. That's what we want to see.
Yeah,
Don't pass the turn.
Yeah.
Don't pass the turn. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have a Windswept Heath in hand with 2 Forces, a True Name, and a Sword. It's like,
he's gonna leave his fetches open to crack them in end of turn because that's how a lot of Magic players learn to play, and he's potentially going to be blown out here by the Arbiter, and everything's going to become tragic.
I think also Lewis is unfortunately not favoured in this matchup because he just doesn't know what's going on. I mean, for the
I
most
think
part,
they might have played in the league.
I mean, when my opponent plays Caves of Coilus and Legacy, like, I'm unsure about what's happening. Like, it's
Yeah, it's a brew.
very suspicious.
It's definitely a brew, and Morgan's playing flawlessly. And he's got another mum to back it up. Like, everything's going his way.
Yeah.
So he's got the
I
Bob.
definitely like just playing Mom here and passing.
Having the second mum?
Yeah, I mean, I can't see from a Bant deck anything that's gonna cause you trouble in regards to that.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, he's got a Tundra. You're not sure he's on ban. He's probably on ban, but you don't know.
I guess, like
Totally.
all he's played is fetches and swords. He could be still on
counterbalance and rock out an
counterbalance,
intention sphere next turn.
Well, that's obviously not going to result.
Oh,
You
that's
have an
true,
active
yeah.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like
he's
that.
getting
No, I don't like that. Like it's not a race, man. You don't have to do that kind of thing. I mean, potentially Lewis should have just forced the mum while he had the chance.
Yeah, because it's the last spell he's going to force.
Yeah.
Double mum means you're never killing your stuff again.
I mean, maybe they did play in the Swiss, and he knows he's got Zealous Persecution, so he's just saving it up.
Yeah, sure.
That's definitely an idea.
Double for we could shop the Alarm Proxy for those who aren't aware. It's a
Master Decision one.
It's gonna definitely be because he just has the ability, like, he doesn't know. If they've played in the Swiss, then he can't play the fetch land. He doesn't know that they'll own an Arbiter. That would be my thinking. But I'm guessing he hasn't played in the Swiss, and he's just kept them on back, and he's resigned himself to all of his rules being dead. Yeah.
And
he's only got 4 left.
I think...
Is that force number 3?
Well, the interesting thing is if he does draw the Council Judgment... No, he drew another land. If he draw the Council Judgment, getting that Mother of Runes...
Oh, it doesn't target, so of course you can still get it.
Yeah. I believe it says all cards with that name, so you can...
Well, I don't think it was Pulse. I don't think it was Pulse good.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, it was choose one target permanent, people vote for it.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, well,
I think I'm just getting it confused with the current bug on Moto where it doesn't tell you which creature has been voted for, so you can have two arrogant worms in play
and just have
them both gone.
True name. He's looking at his hand, going, "I need that Bob." So the Bob's going to come down. He's going to hope to flip a land to Zealous Persecution. It's going to get forced.
Look, he's got the other one to back it up. Like I can't see Lewis winning this game at this point. He's got to rip pretty well. Maybe a Jace off the top.
Consecutive should have Nemesis.
yeah. Well,
so he forces the first one, the second one comes down.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, if he gets Rhino True Name, we can have a good time. So he's stacking his triggers correctly here, so he gets to see what he flips off the Bob. It's a scrub land.
Which means we're seeing Zealous Persecution.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's not going to roll it up. Because there's just more 2-drops in the deck than 3-drops, and he can cast the Maryland anyway. He's got a Wasteland.
That's pretty good, but
you want to cast the Zealous Persecution.
You got to get that.
Just thinking about it. I mean, there's days here, but you're not in any trouble. I reckon he feels like he's in trouble. He's going to feel like he's in trouble when he gets that forced, but it's going to be force pitching force, so he should be fine.
Yeah. I think also I like tapping the mum to get the Bob through this turn.
Okay.
Because you have you're not going to block. Yeah. You're not going to block. You're not going to block, and you have the second mum anyway to protect.
Yeah.
And your opponent's just 2 for 1 themselves. So.
What's Morgan at? He's cut himself twice.
Yeah, he's cut himself with the caves and then gained 2 off the swords.
Yep. Right.
And Lewis is on 15, so I definitely like the racing scenario here because
you didn't like the racing last turn, but this time it's relevant. I mean,
I think
it's because of the extra damage.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sure.
This is especially important because it's not going to do anything untapped, and you may as well get it through, and you don't need 2 mums active. I didn't like it last turn because
it was just an unnecessary...
I guess it doesn't actually matter because if you lose 1 mum, you still have another one, so it doesn't...
Well, yeah, at that point, you didn't know he was on Bant. I mean, he may have had advanced knowledge because people had talked about it, but I don't think he did.
Yeah.
Lewis kept his deck choice pretty close to the chest.
Yeah, I guess you have to be aggressive with training because you don't really block with it. I think Lewis is feeling a bit tilted by the Mulder 5, and he's drawn some cards that aren't really that relevant.
Well, he's doing the famous player move where you just put your cards down and tell your opponent nothing relevant.
Yeah. Nothing relevant. Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah,
you win. So
yeah, that's often a good bluff.
I like the Wasteland here because it just gets rid of the Tundra, and then we go to combat, and then you can do the Zealous Persecution in the middle of combat. I don't know why Lewis didn't play that. Is he a land in hand?
I think so.
I think I saw a Windswept Heath.
I think we've got a land.
I'm not.
Zealous Persecution 2.0.
Yeah, that's. Oh man, it's so good. Like, I think.
We're going in with all of them, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
Take him down to 6 for lethal next turn.
Oh no.
Oh no, right? They don't have the plus 1 time. Yeah, we'll have a Brimaz because he'll roll the counter up to cast it for free and leave his mana open for other spells.
I think so. This looks pretty bad for Lewis.
Yeah.
So, not even a true name saves him at this point. I don't think he has.
No, he's got a Pride Mage and a Swords, and he's trying to work out if he can get there, and he just...
No, I don't think so. Like, you can snap this, go to 6, then play to 5.
We're going to 5.
We're going to 5? Oh, man. Look, yeah, I just don't think it's going to happen at all. Like, the Pride Mage doesn't do anything. It can't block.
Yeah. This is another one of those games that is just over. I guess he's hoping it'll save him a turn, and it will.
I guess he's definitely going to get some more information about.
Are we swordsing here? We're swordsing here.
Okay.
You want to hope him to flip an Emrakul? Play to your outs.
I think if you're hoping your opponent flicks an Emrakul, it's not really. You're like, gotcha, brother. All right. I think it's pretty safe to just look at some sideboard. Okay. So we've got Heart to Exile coming in for sure.
Another Zealous Persecution.
Yeah, the third Zealous Persecution.
And that's probably about it. I don't think the Ratchet Bombs need to come in here.
No, the only thing I would consider is Revoker, but we haven't seen. He hasn't seen Stoneforge. He hasn't seen the Jace. He hasn't seen the Pride Mage.
I don't think he needs the Revoker. He's got enough things that stop the Stoneforge from being able to search.
It's true. It's true. I was just thinking more if he manages to get a Battle Skull, just stopping that Battle Skull from coming back. Yeah, I mean, his main deck's pretty strong against it, so maybe just bringing in a Path and a Zealous Persecution. But I think we'll see the Marylands come out in this matchup. I don't think
so. The game from here is he's attacked with Mum to leave one Mum open, and the Brimaz is coming down in turn to win the game. I think Morgan's trying to explain to him that the game is over. No, Lewis is thinking about it and ready to pack up. No,
we've got
Pride Mage and Green
Pride Mage, like
Green Suns, I believe is the other card.
Yeah,
that's not an issue, says Morgan. I have this Brimaz that's ridiculous, and we'll get through your Pride Mage.
Yeah,
and 2 Mums.
Yeah, because the interesting thing is he can attack with a Brimaz. That seemed an odd play. I mean, if he has a Sword Supply, if he had a Sword Supply shares in his hand, I think this play is pretty bad.
Yeah. So his Ghost quartered him.
I'm not really sure.
Scope Ranger, yo.
Yeah, I don't really understand the Ghost quarter. Maybe to just see if Lewis has any basics.
Oh, okay, yeah, for future reference.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Like, you feel like you've won.
Yeah.
You feel pretty confident. Okay, so he gets an island, which means that he can pretty safely assume he doesn't get planes, or Lewis is playing poorly, I guess. Either of which work. Both in your favour.
Yeah.
What's Lewis got for this?
Jeez. So humility. I think humility is something we might see come in.
Yeah. Bendulian clicks all right against the. So he's got the Caracas, and especially if the Maryland comes down, you can just lock them out of cards.
Yeah, that's true. That's quite powerful. That's that's the reason I think.
He hasn't seen the Maryland yet, so unfortunately losing this first game is going to cost him.
Yeah.
There's an energy explosives. Teague's irrelevant. There's a second JIT potentially.
Yeah, definitely. I'd definitely be bringing in JIT. I'd probably be bringing in explosives as well. It takes care. Like if you have explosives for one in this scenario, it's pretty good. Like it's a way to take care of Mum without needing to interact at all.
Morgan
okay.
does not have green. I was under the impression he had green. It's the Whitleaf Leech that distracted me. Whitleaf Leech on the board, which won't be coming in.
No, not at all. I think it's definitely if Morgan advances, and so does Chris. I think that's definitely just there as a nod to the Pox matchup.
Yeah. Well, Chris has already advanced, so it's Morgan. Next round will be
Morgan versus the
Dillian. Jim.
No. Jim and Chris are playing. So
No, first doesn't play 2 to 7. So 1v8 doesn't play 2v7. 1v8 plays 4v5. 2v7 means you can have first and second play each other in the second round.
No, but Chris was 7th.
Does it change, is it? Okay,
we'll
find out.
Chris was 7th in the top 8.
We'll find out with the pairings.
Yeah, and I think if they do play, it's going to be an interesting matchup. But we can see Morgan's obviously thumbing the Zealous Persecution as a snap sideboard in.
Yeah. And have we got the pass? Yeah, he's thinking about the Revokers. Nice and open. This is the first play to do it. I'm so thankful. Everyone else has had these close to the chest. You yourself went into your gangster stance.
Yeah, pretty much. It's can be difficult to be aware of the whereabouts of the camera and where it's actually pointing.
We had who was it? Oh yeah, we had Dafford who showed his hand to the camera to make a point that he had the Battle in hand. Why he was searching?
Oh right.
Yeah. Yeah. So is he taking out the Maryland? Yeah. Yeah. He might be taking out the Maryland. Alright, so back to us. I'm Jacob Dunn with Sneak and Show, and I'm the tournament organizer of the Canberra Eternal Legacy events. For the Legacy League, we're here at the top 8, and this is Lachlan Thornton, one of the top 8 contenders who got knocked out in the first round. He snuck in at 8th place.
Hey, them breakers. I like it.
We're here in the Good Games storage closet.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but we have Sphinx of Steel Wind behind us.
We're very appreciative for them accommodating us and helping us out with the league. We're here free of charge. They're doing a great job and letting us use their store.
Yeah, I think Good Games definitely has a great location down here. The store is
a great community.
Yeah, the store is huge. It rivals only Games Lab in stores I've been to in Australia for play space.
Yeah, I think Lindsay has a large store as well. But yeah, it's one of the biggest stores. It's the biggest store in Canberra anyway. And it's one of the biggest stores in Australia. And it's a great space. There's lots of people playing here.
So we have some X-Wing and Hero Clicks going on.
Yeah, and all the things. We went through, at the very beginning we had an interview with Brad and went over all the things that he has in the store. There's a sale on at the moment.
Yeah, end of financial year sale.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going, board games, stock, just pretty much everything. Come in and have a look. And at the moment we're doing Legacy League Top 8. We're in the last of the quarterfinals between Lewis and Morgan. They're currently sideboarding.
Yeah, we have
Morgan's up again.
We have Morgan on Green White Hate Bears.
Black White.
I'm getting confused. The deck name here says junk. I had to exclude one color. And we have Lewis on Bant. Just a traditional kind of
multiply hurts a lot for the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had some strong plays from Morgan leading out with Double Mum Bob from a single lent Ether Vial.
Yeah, just ripping the Caves of Coilus like a champ. I mean.
Yeah, the second Bob. Zealous Persecutioning away the true name.
Yeah, double Zealous Persecution as well.
Opening hand was phenomenal against a Mulder 5. Phenomenal against a Keep of 7. But
I think against any other deck, we would have seen Morgan struggling there, I think.
You reckon against any other deck? I reckon he's
maybe. Well, look, Zealous Persecution is quite good against Elves. I'm not going to lie, but I think against for example, against Jim, I think that hand would have been pretty subpar.
Well, yeah, That's fair. Zealous Persecution's not that great against Counterbalance, but we'll see. Like, his deck does a lot of things.
Yeah, it definitely can attack from a lot of different angles.
I reckon he's a contender. Morgan's definitely a contender. Lewis, we'll see if he manages to claw back game 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Not minding to 5 will obviously help and
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
But I think Morgan has the upper hand in this matchup.
I think Morgan's deck choice is definitely a meta choice, much like me going with Burn.
Well, actually, he played this deck throughout the entire league, so it's kind of a mix
Well,
between a meta choice and
a league
of the same deck.
league meta choice because
A league meta choice homebrew.
Yeah,
All of the above.
Look, I mean,
Morgan's just a special guy.
Yeah. Definitely not just going to MTG top 8 and copy pasting the list that's won the SCG has probably helped him as well. Being familiar with the deck is very helpful.
Yep. As we learned from watching your match.
Yeah, look.
And a little bit of Daffy against Dillian, not knowing the Alarin matchup as well.
I remember reading a Daily MTG article about the different different decks in Legacy, and they listed them all. And then at the end, there was a sentence, and I was like, "Oh, some people play Alarin too." I was like, "Come on, like, we're a bit better than that."
It's a deck.
Yeah.
Alright, so
I think we've got an opener of a bunch of spells on Morgan's part.
Yeah,
it looks like it's going back.
I think Vial.
Yeah, I think it was just a Rishadan Port without a Vial. Do we have Port in maybe it was a Wasteland.
No, Wasteland.
Wasteland.
We've got a keep from Lewis.
And it looks like we have Wasteland, Daze,
Green Sun Zenith,
and maybe a Hierarch. I'm thinking there must be a Tropical Island in there, because we're relying on Wasteland Days.
Oh, no, so it was a Windswept Heath?
Windswept Heath, yeah, fair.
So the fetch land goes and gets...
Trop, and we play Hierarch?
Potentially, if there was a Hierarch, play the Hierarch, otherwise you can Green Sun Zenith for the Dried Arbor.
Yeah, we're playing...
he's playing the Dried Arbor.
Yeah,
fetch land Dried Arbor beats.
Yeah. Very well.
Never noticed how freckly Morgan's arms were.
I think I like Lewis getting the Kibler advantage. Playing Bant on a Kibler.
No, right. So it's actually the having the Kibler towards you just distracts you, as we saw with Daffy. Daffy just didn't understand how Mother of Ruins worked.
Yeah, fair.
That it could attack, that it could be activated.
I think it definitely exists at Jim. I was definitely distracted by the Dazzling Smile. Of Jim, not Kibler.
Right.
Yeah.
The Jim Wilkes
experience. It can be brutal if you're not prepared for it.
It's definitely a trending hashtag.
Okay, so if we look over at Morgan's hand, we've got a million lands.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Give or take.
So I think we have a Caracas, a Wasteland, a Caves, a lot of land. Now we've got an island, a Stoneforge Mystic.
On Lewis's side.
What's that middle card
at the very end?
Wasteland.
Stoneforge, Green Sun Zenith. So Wasteland, Island, Stoneforge, Mystic, Green Sun Zenith.
We may have brought in Aventa. Aventa is in the sideboard. That'd be an interesting sideboard card.
Days?
Okay.
Unsure.
I think we're getting Tropical Island playing Hierarch here.
Or Green Sun Zenith to Dried Up.
Yeah,
we have no idea. Alright, here we go.
I think the casual putting down of the deck means we're going to Dried Arbor Town.
Misstep.
Not in this form.
That's what you want to see. You know you've won.
Yeah, when your opponent plays Winter and stuff. That's probably true.
The Skull Clamp advantage. Talking about the Calling Oracles before. With if your opponent plays Calling Oracle against you and you hope for the Skull Clamp.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Hoping your opponent is on something
just doesn't
isn't
legal.
Yeah, doesn't understand. Well, we had the Highlander person who rocked up and had 3 Soul Rings.
Yeah, 3 Soul Rings. I mean, when you think Soul Rings 2 points,
and you can play more than one,
you haven't seen Highlander the movie. maybe you don't understand how the format works, but it's interesting we didn't get a Savannah here because he can't cast the Stoneforge Mystic. I know he really wants to represent that days, but
he's scared of what the Ether Vial? Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, wasting it is pretty good.
Well, let's see.
Well, now we've got like hardcast days.
So we've got there's a Leonin Arbiter in there. Scrubland.
What? I think we have another Wasteland, double Scrubland there.
Yeah, Leonin Arbiter, and what's the other?
Lewis has drawn a Mr. Rain.
Godless Shrine. Is there just 5 land in his hand?
Godless Shrine? Really? Is there a Godless Shrine in this?
Yeah, 4 Godless Shrine.
Well,
no fetch lands.
Look, you know, like price of progress.
Time this turn, it's okay because Lewis ripped the Misty.
Yeah. Oh man, Godless Shrine. That's not a card I want to be. That want to have in my legacy deck.
Oh, you're about to go turn one Godless Shrine plays their mum. You go,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool. How are you in the top 8?
Yeah, like that's definitely.
It's mum. There we go. We've got a mum.
Mother runes. Okay, well,
and 4 land from what I can tell.
I just don't know about that opening hand. I think that
it's possibly going to lose Krakus. There we go.
Come on, get a Jit. Just put it in your hand. Yeah, we go.
There is other equipment in this list. I think there's a Batterskull.
Yeah, definitely.
We've got a Jit. Yeah, we've got a Jit, a Batterskull, a second Jit, just cause. You want to have the famous Surupat Jit yourself. Second Jit better.
Yeah, I mean, 2 Jits is definitely better than 1 Jit, but at least it's not as punishing nowadays. I think I love dazing it here. Just daze it.
Oh, come on.
He's a Jit, I guess.
He's got the swords as well. Like, look at him go.
Yeah, I think that.
Alright, so we're seeing game 3 from what I can tell.
Yeah, definitely. Unless Morgan can.
You're not scared of the days back. You can cast the Jit and swords here.
Yeah, I don't understand not dazing there. Like,
are you going to go for the True Name Nurses into the turn for it? Is that a True Name? In the top?
I don't.
Like, it could be an Ophiomancer the way he holds his hand.
I wish it was an Ophiomancer.
Ophiomancer should be
it is a True Name. Okay, so we're True Naming into Jit. And why not attack with the stone? There we go. There we go. Okay. I don't think that I like. I don't think that I like letting them.
Zealous Persecution, yeah, definitely, and leaving it letting it untapped.
Okay, so we've drawn a Talia here, but I guess Mum isn't a threat when you have
There's a Talia. Yeah,
Mum isn't a threat when you get the True Name. You don't think Mum's a threat because you're just going to get through with the Jit.
But why? You didn't need to leave them with anything on the table.
Maybe he just wants to leave it up in case he untaps and casts Zealous Persecution here.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
to have that kind of option.
Yeah, I guess. You could, like, hope to Myers the Force. I mean, he's been drawing pretty well. Force will get him there. Leon and Arbiter coming down. Here we go. Now we're going to start seeing hopefully some of the deck do some of the stuff. Doesn't look like there's anything here to support it.
I think that True Name Jit is just going to wreck him at this point. Like, the Leon Arbiter is not going to do anything at this point. It's just going to die to Jit and
Wasteland and the Green Sun Zenith and
like,
just cast it. That's the way to do it.
Look, it is. You can.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Like,
abolish. Gotcha.
That would be pretty good, but that's going to happen regardless.
It will
put into play. I think that.
Yeah, we need a white days.
Is definitely over. No, we don't.
We need a white days. We need a white days for vintage.
Modern legal, right? Yeah.
Well,
I got monetized in Legacy during the town hall competition.
Splat.
By
No. I'm killing Mum or the Arbiter. Which do you think is scarier?
It's definitely not Arbiter.
You reckon he's got the Marrow and he's got the Ghost Quarter? There's a lot of things he can do here.
Yeah.
But they're all subject to the True Name?
Yeah, like
no, the game's over because the Zealous Persecution won't get him out of it.
Yeah, not anymore.
No Council's Judgment in the semi-5.
That's actually definitely a reason not to kill it Arbiter. So you have Zealous Persecution protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game's over. I hope Morgan can
unfortunately
play the land?
Nah.
He's just holding out to see more information at this point.
Yeah.
I feel? No, he didn't pass the turn.
He's definitely in the tank. Because his options are pretty limited. Yeah, I thought we'd see the Godless Shrine here.
I think just holding out is
double Arbiter.
Letting you know that that's part of your strategy. I think that you should realise that the game's over and just let it go. Like, you don't have outs to that. Oh, no, wait. Do you have the ability to destroy?
I mean, does Morgan have a Council's Judgment anywhere in his 75?
No, not in 75. No, the ability to
get rid of the Jit.
Yeah, is what we're looking for.
No, I don't
so
think
there's Revoker.
Unless he's brought in Ratchet Bomb or Oblivion Ring.
Okay, no. We have main deck Revoker. Comes down, names Jit into Zealous Persecution. Was a potential out. It's no longer. I mean, the game is.
I think we've got a double days on Lewis's end. So this feels a lot like the first game, except
it's just all one-sided.
Yeah,
the person who mulligan loses.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely what happened in the first game, and that's what happened in this game. I think Morgan was just scared to go to 5 because of what happened to Lewis.
Yeah, I also think that there's an amount of that he will be punished by his deck. He doesn't have the fetch lands to filter out his lands. He doesn't have. He needs to have an amount of synergy in his deck.
And I guess that's why he's playing Godless Shrine, because the fetches are just so bad.
Yeah, especially when you're cutting yourself off. Is there a sort of light and shadow in his sideboard that he's just drawing? No. There are no equipment because he has no Stoneforge. That's fair.
Well, whatever it is. He looks like he's about to play it, so I think we're going to see what it is. Maybe it's a full Maryland.
It's a full Ghost Quarter. Okay. Alright, well, I feel that the game is well and truly over. You're going to hit the 4, the Dried Arbor, and you have to pay 4 if you want to search. So you can tap out and search. What does that let you do?
Can I read Ghost Quarter? Like,
not the Arbiters.
Yeah.
You're fine. You don't want to search? No,
you're blowing up a green source. Like,
Simeon Spirit Guide, Boros Charm, get you.
Oh, man.
I'd love to play a deck just full of things to blow my opponent out.
Yeah, just 4 Metamorphose, 8 Spirit Guides. Like, I got you, buddy. Like all those players. People often say, Spirit Guide into
Lewis not understanding how Ghost Quarter works.
Yeah.
Only on an Arbiter.
Well, this is actually a good learning experience for him, because hopefully we'll see these guys actually do some work in Game 3.
Have it actually battle that out.
Yeah.
I'd love to see another bluff win. That was great.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed Dillion's win. We were watching there and just
It can be frustrating to watch a combat player who's not experienced with it, just kind of fiddle about with their combat deck. And
not that Dillion was fiddling. He played it reasonably well. I mean, there were a couple of niche things he may some niceties that he missed, but it was more just that he managed to pull off the bluff, get you there because they were friends. I've seen a lot of friends do it in the past where they pull off the bluff.
I don't like leaving the Alone Arbiters back here. I mean, honestly, what are you going to do with them? They're not going to.
I don't understand why you're playing more cards. I think I just would have sat still until I died and found as much about my opponent's deck, because all I've seen is Trinam Stoneforge Hierarchy. There's not much going on.
He's just pumping 3 times here, and Morgan's going to take 9.
Yeah, put 2 counters on.
Yeah.
And then go. Like,
wow. Is that a triple days or just a double?
I think it's a double days. Like, the triple days is excessive. You only have 2 islands.
And also...
Stoneforge Mystic's the other card.
Failure to help you at all. So it's drawing the 3rd Arbiter here.
Just makes your days Force Spikers that are really bad. I guess there are prizes on the line so you don't scoop, but I feel that it was overdue. No, play another one. Show him exactly how many you have.
Well, I think if you're playing 2, you're probably playing 4, kind of thing. But now he's attacking for no
difference. No, he's realised. I mean, he's got some trick. Ready, set, nothing. Getcha? Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go to Game 3. Do you think we're going to have any sideboard changes given Morgan's now on the play?
Potentially, now that he's seen more of the deck, he's seen the Stoneforge Mystic.
Yeah,
so he has the potential to bring in the Revoker. And he feels like he lost to the Jit. So he's looking at the Revokers, yep, and he showed the camera he's bringing in both Revokers.
Okay, that's interesting. I think,
taking out the Spirits. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe I would look at Oblivion Ring. I don't know if he's bought an Oblivion Ring already, but... I think looking at both of them.
Yeah, there we go. Double Spirit. We have no idea what Lewis is doing because. Oh no! Here we go. Ley lines.
An interesting exclusion from this is this list is just Thoughtseize or him, some kind of interaction with your opponent's hand, other than Tide High's color.
Yeah, there was. I think they opted for creatures. Because creatures attack was the general gist of it. There's no brain maggots, no mesmeric fiends. Would have loved to see in some Ether Vial, like Flicker Wisp action.
Yeah. Get some brain maggot action going on. Unfortunately, the new template doesn't work with that, but I think
no, mesmeric fiend.
Yeah.
And Tidal Skull's in the main deck. Flicker Wisp, Resto's probably a bit much. But
yeah, setting that bar a bit high. Well, like I said, getting into format.
Because you have no fetch lands, your ability to thin your deck is a lot worse, and he's playing, what have we got, 16 and 6 is 22? 22 lands, so he's going to draw a large amount of land in his deck.
That's
He's
true.
playing roughly the same amount as anyone else, but no fetch lands.
Yeah, you're gonna definitely.
The later the game goes, the worse it gets for him, except for the part where he has the lock.
I think if he has the Dark Confidence, if he had a Bob in that hand,
yeah,
I think that game would have been a lot different.
Yeah, killing the Bob is something that Lewis is going to have to focus on. If a Bob comes down and he doesn't kill it, the game's going to go a lot longer. And the longer it goes, the closer he gets to his lock. There's no Crucible in his sideboard, is there?
No. I don't think we're going that deep. I do like it.
There's 4 Ghost Quarters and 4 Leonid Arbiters. I think
And
you're going
four Wasteland.
Sure, I think
But,
you're pretty deep as is.
Perhaps if there were a creature that did it, he would have played it.
A creature that Crucible.
Yeah, that sounds like a cool card though.
Moving up from coverage straight to design.
Yeah. Here we are at Wizards of the Coast R&D, just discussing some potential new Magic cards we're going to make.
Yeah. While we're doing that, we're considering fixing Yawgmoth's Will again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just make it cost 4. Like black. Make it more difficult for those creatures.
Cool.
to
Turn 2 dark
Yeah,
controls.
It's interesting, the one Ponder in Lewis's list. I'm just having a look. And
He may have thought it was restricted.
maybe.
Along with Jace.
Yeah,
The lone Jace.
the one Jace is probably fine.
I reckon you could have. There are other things you could have done. A single Jace is. You either want Jace or you don't. Is the way I look at it. And having just the one means you might mize it at a point, and it's unlikely to be relevant. Its modes don't necessitate an aggressive gameplay like the rest of his deck.
I think that somehow Lewis may have found out I was on burn with these 4 Leyline of Sanctity on board.
No, that's just generally a good sideboard card.
I don't know, like it's okay against like Storm and Alarin, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a big commitment in the sideboard to a matchup that you're probably fine against due to having True Name. I think I mean burn, but
yeah.
All right,
True
so
Name
it looks like
you.
Lewis is going into the sideboard here, which is a bit unfortunate for him.
Going into the sideboard mulliganing.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do? He's mulliganing here, which is not something you want to do. I guess being on the draw is a little more forgiving. It looks like Morgan's snap kept. I think I saw at least 1 land in there, and that's, as we saw in the first game, that's all you really need as long as you just rip another one.
Oh, Ether Vial Bob are the key cards that you really want to have in that open hand.
I think even just having a Bob.
I think actually having like a handful of gas is really good for his list because he doesn't have the first land. So the 22 lands, again, he's going to draw them regardless. So as the game goes on.
So he's not going to draw one that takes 1 out of his deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he can keep the land light hands more often, especially when they're not fetch land.
Yeah, definitely.
So wait, is that 5?
No, he's going 6.
Okay, I just miscounted.
So I think we've got a
Yep,
snap keep. Oh, here we go. We got the Shrine.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of work on turn 1 into the mum. All right, so you see a Wasteland in Morgan's hand.
I think it's a Thalia.
Thalia Wasteland. Maybe double Zealous Persecution again.
Oh, that'd be great. Swords, double Zealous Persecution, swords, and I think it's a Thalia.
So we've got 2-1 Hierarch from Lewis.
Into Trop. Why is he getting? Surely he's got basics.
He does.
He does, and he just doesn't want them. 1 forest, 1 island.
I think maybe he's saving them for Ghost Quarter.
No planes. Greedy mana base. He'll be wrecked by a Blood Moon. Yeah, I definitely don't think Lewis is the favourite win. There's definitely Blood Moons in sideboard. Was there some Blood Moons in your sideboard?
No. My plan is
Mono burn?
Yeah, mono burn, yeah. I don't like Wasteland here. I don't like Wastelanding that because he's got the door.
No,
I guess,
yeah.
Oh, actually it does.
You can Wasteland and swords.
Yeah, that's quite good actually.
Especially if he kept a land light hand, like he's contemplating.
Waste go to combat.
No, I think it's just waste.
He's got another Wasteland in hand. This looks pretty
that
bad.
is a swords, yeah? There was a swords.
No, he's not playing swords. He's only playing Path.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah.
So Path is not as good.
No.
What is that card on the far? We've got a Leon and Arbiter. Right, so we could have played the Leon and Arbiter, but he's got the Wastelands instead.
Instead of the Ghost Quarters?
So, yeah, I
think I would have busted out the Arbiter. Like, Arbiter's like a Wasteland anyway.
No, keeping him off True Name Nemesis mana, I think is definitely the right play.
That's probably more important. I think I like Arbiter into double waste you, though.
Stoneforge. Yes. Kusali. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to see a pretty aggressive...
A battle of the cats.
Yeah, a pretty aggressive start here. So we've drawn Revoker.
That's great right here. That's what you need.
Yeah, that's less than ideal.
You can come down and name Noble Hierarch and still deny him a mana.
Yeah, but...
And then the Pride Mage has to blow it up, which still denies him the mana. You can keep him off True Name Nemesis and play the land.
I like that.
I think that might be where we're going based on where he's holding the cards. If he goes Wasteland into Revoker, play
and then he has the Mother of Runes, so he can't actually blow it up with a Pride Mage
or a Swords. However, there is the chance for Force and Days.
That's true. And we're by smashing out the Revoker here, we're not playing around Force or Days. Well,
whereas the Wasteland does hit on the Days plan and keeps you off. You then only have to deal with the creatures in play.
Yeah.
The Zealous Persecution will do a reasonably good. It'll deal with the Hierarch.
Yeah.
So it's another mana denier spell. And just taking away the Tundra is potentially the better play, just to keep yourself safe from at least Days.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see here. Like,
yeah, playing if that's a Thalia, the other one is running out. Okay, yeah, we're going to Wasteland because
I think Wasteland following up by Thalia, which also protects you against Days and Force.
He's counting because Lewis does have 3 cards in hand, and if it's Force, True Name,
Days.
Well, no. Because I'm that good. Rips the land. I guess, I think I'd run out the...
Oh, we're going with the Arbiter here.
I would have run out the Revoker 100%.
Yeah.
Because the chances of you have to rip the land as well.
Well, I think he's just banking on the fact that Lewis kept a bunch of fetches in his hand.
Yeah, okay.
Because if we look at Lewis's list, we've got 9 fetches.
9 fetches? Alright, so we can see a Green Sun Zenith in the hand, which is a kick in the nuts. A fetch land, a Wasteland, and...
I like wasting waste here.
Wasting waste, yeah. And a Leon and Arbiter,
yeah. I definitely don't think you want to give your opponent the chance.
No, it's a Knight. It's a Knight of the Reliquary. Oh, he's heavily thinking about playing that Knight.
So we're attacking. I like that.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, because it forces them on to tap, and it's a good bluff.
Well, it's not even a bluff,
It is a bluff. He doesn't have the thing in hand.
Yeah, but his opponent doesn't know that.
So that makes it a bluff.
Look. I think the...
Yeah, there we go. He's got the thing, and he runs out the Knight.
He's going to play a Knight. Okay, sure. But
because then the waste doesn't help. A lot worse.
But he can't use the Knight.
It doesn't matter, because it's got 3 lands in graveyard at this point. And it's really bad, and he's looking at it going, that's strong.
Yeah,
but it does mean that
she's definitely a 5/5, and... That's a huge threat at the moment. It doesn't actually...
It's going to tap them on every turn.
Yeah.
So Wastelanding Tundra... No, does he have the land? Because if he Wastelands Tundra here...
He doesn't have the land. He can...
he can use Knight, but he has to tap 2 mana to do it. So he's thinking about revoking the Knight?
What honestly what good lands could he search out at this point?
So what's he got in his list? Well, he's got Caracas.
Yeah, doesn't really do anything.
No, and he's got Wasteland. I think the ability, because he's got such
to double waste?
Yeah, he's got such a powerful Knight at the moment.
That would be really quite good, because you can pay the mana with the Hierarch and the Tundra and double waste, and that sounds really strong to me.
Yeah.
So I think if Morgan figures that out, the Revoker just definitely has to name Knight. Come down and name Knight. I hate Wasteland. Don't waste. That's so bad.
Lewis is covering up the Kibbler with the face, with the Knight of the Reliquary, because he thinks Kibbler is scary.
Well, I think he's definitely...
I think it's a good
play. It's a good play. It's a good play.
Yeah.
Definitely. And covering it up with a Knight of... Oh, no.
Wasteland for Wasteland. Do you have the other land? You don't. Pumping the Knight. You're hoping to block out here? You're hoping that you rip the land before he does. I think that's
And that's a bad strategy. I think it's really, really a poor play here.
channeling the Kibble now. He's moved it back.
Yeah, I think using Knight on a Kibble playmat is definitely a strong play.
Just in general, like for karma wise.
Yeah, definitely. I think you'll get a blessing of some description from Kibble.
I think you should like play games of a Soulforge and Ascension prior to, and just complete.
Yeah. Sure, complete the ritual. Yeah, and only listen to trance.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Keep the playmat in like an all black thing. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. Keep your whole
I think Lewis had a Tropical Island and play it. Yeah, he does, and he just doesn't want to play it because the fetch will pump the Knight, but he has to pay 2 to make the fetch actually good.
He's looking at the Knight and the Pride Mage and realizing that he can't get through that mum without a removal spell.
I think I definitely
would waste.
I would definitely waste here. Like, pay the 2. You can search libraries. It's not just one time. It's till end of turn.
Yeah. So he pays 2.
If he pays 2 with
the and he then sacks the Tundra.
Yeah.
And goes and gets the Wasteland.
I think. Yeah, that's definitely so good because his opponent hasn't played a land, so he's just going to pay 2.
And he's going to crack the Tundra, like we said.
Yeah. And go get a waste and just waste out that Godless Shrine.
Thanks, Marco, for that. Be better. We understood.
Yeah. Don't question me on what a card does. I know way too many cards here.
Yeah, here we go. The Wasteland.
Okay, so I
really
really hope Lewis understands that he should crack that Windswept Teeth immediately.
Why? No, he doesn't have the land in hand. No, sorry, no, he's got the Trop in hand.
Yeah.
Why? Why does he crack it?
Because he doesn't have to pay 2. While he's got the Leander Arbiter shut off, I think that...
The Leander Arbiter isn't shut off.
It is. It's until end of turn.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he can crack as well.
Yeah.
Can't search libraries unless they pay 2? I thought it was per time.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not.
Alright, let's pull up the Oracle on that.
Okay, so we've got a Brainstorm here. And Morgan's Ripple Land, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
So we've got...
So do we have the Leon
that?
Do we have the fix for it?
Yeah. Players can't search libraries. Any player may pay 2 for that player to ignore this effect until
right. So he could have gone and got the fetch land as well.
He could have fetched as well, which I definitely think was
like the correct play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he could have got one of his basics. Oh.
Maybe he has he had the Brainstorm in hand and we didn't know about it and he wants to save the shuffle effect. But even then, it seems pretty risky.
You can't even search with it, so you don't get the shuffle. You just sacrifice it if you do it the other way. So you have to pay.
Yeah, I understand that, but like maybe he wanted to keep the Brainstorm, then he pays, and then so on and so forth. We have a E for 1?
2, I think that's for 2. He's reading the card. Declining the mana. So we've got to put 2 for 1.
For 1, yeah. Get rid of that mum. Stop him blocking every turn.
Yep. Land. For the Revoker.
Quite a powerful wizard at this point.
So unfortunately, playing the Revoker doesn't get him out of this situation because he
has the Pride Mage.
Well, he's still fine because he can't do it all in one turn. He can play the Revoker to save him a turn, blows up the Pride Mage, and then the Explosives is still in play because he can't use it all at once.
Yeah, because he didn't crack that fetch land.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all getting punished. Yeah. I think Lewis is definitely going to get punished by just leaving that land in play. Let's see if Morgan can revoke the correct thing here. I do like the fact that Mum can actually protect the Revoker from the Pride Mage as well.
Oh yeah. So and that it can block.
Yeah, and they can block. Yeah, it's just
deal with it.
Lewis is definitely getting wrecked by that Leon and Arbiter mistake. I think that having access to that extra mana would be so
a Green Sun's out, and we've got a fetch land in hand. It's just going to delay you so many turns.
And like, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
let's have a
we've
look
got
at-
confirmation that the Revoker is on explosives.
Okay, yeah, good. And looking at the list here, there's only one Quasali Pro Mage in Lewis.
Oh no!
So,
Get
this
wrecked!
is,
So he's going
pretty
for the double
unfortunate.
bash. Double bash to try and get in 2 points of damage. I think he just.
I
there we
hate this at
go.
all. I hate this so much.
No, it's fine because see, if he activates to block with the knight, he gets to pop the Pride Mage to destroy the
Okay.
Revoker, and then can blow up the Mum as well. So he can't use the Mum as long as he bashes with both.
Okay.
The option here is to then block the Pride Mage with the Leon and Arbiter,
Yep.
let them trade off, and then take.
How much is he taking with that?
Oh no!
He's giving pro to the Okay, yeah, that was
No, yeah, it was bad.
But then again, Lewis can't activate the explosives this turn because of the fetch.
Yeah, sure. He can't do it this turn, but it's still bad. I mean, if
Yeah.
you rip another Revoker, come on,
I mean, like,
be a boss.
you gotta be kidding me!
Oh,
man!
go!
Wow!
Yeah,
Yeah, look, I mean,
Off
when
the top.
you're that lucky, like, you don't need to play well, right?
yeah. Running,
Oh man!
blocking.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, so blocking the. If he was going to block that way, he could have blocked the Revoker with the knight.
On the night,
because it
yeah,
wouldn't have done
and it wouldn't have done anything. Yeah,
Yeah, it would have saved him 8 points of damage, which is a lot to have taken.
I think that was just a complex play that he may have just missed.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, someone will ask him.
Yeah, someone will ask. him.
Shane's doing the next interview, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we'll find out what was going on in his head when he did that.
Maybe he was just like, I'm just going to draw another Revoker, so it doesn't matter. I definitely think Lewis is feeling pretty unfortunate. Yeah, can I read Jace moment here?
Did he? Was that a? Was it rip? What's he asking? He's waiting to find out a ruling.
I'm honestly not sure.
Did he name Hierarch?
Hierarch resolves. That's interesting.
Okay.
So he's just keeping him off the
mana?
explosives mana,
Instead. Okay.
but he can just use the knight.
Right, and it resolved without responses. Right. Okay, and it named Hierarch.
Okay,
That's interesting.
That's an interesting play.
I think that's a bit ballsy, to be honest.
Yeah.
One land gets him out of this entire thing.
Another
Second
mum.
mum. Runner!
I think that he had the zealous
think
he had the
He's a
zealous
Zealous
persecution. So
they
why?
play-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think.
Oh, he can't actually use the knight to search. So
Oh, yeah, we're aware of this. But
it's just
Did
it's
it
pretty
name-
ballsy. I mean, Lewis is getting punished again and again by not cracking that windswept heath when
The
he had the
Revoker-
chance.
so the Revoker was dead, and he had the option to blow it for one to kill the mum then, because of the Hierarch and the Trop being open at that point,
That's true.
and he just didn't and let the Revoker resolve.
Oh right, yeah.
So we're unsure if it's
Wow,
for
yeah.
engineered explosives or for Hierarch.
I think. Oh yeah, that seems not a good play to me.
Because you could do it in combat.
I guess it's end of turn. It just kills the hierarch, but like
He's got the second one.
Yeah, but the revoker, like, what is it doing, kind of thing?
Why play the spirit? The Thalia or the second mum?
The Thalia stops him playing out
The rest of his stuff? No, it doesn't.
Yeah. No, it stops him playing his Zealous Persecution if he draws one.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Okay.
might be relevant if
He's got the second one in hand already.
the true name. I like that Lewis has drawn a hierarch here. He's definitely just getting punished by his opponent being very,
and that
very
windswept
lucky,
heath. That
Yeah.
windswept heath
Yeah.
play has lost him the game.
which is just ridiculous
Reading
at
cards,
this point.
just how important it is to read your opponent's cards and your own cards and know how they work and have
Yeah.
the correct oracle wording.
Again, I mean, it's the Caves of Coilus effect, right? You know, your
Yeah.
opponent has a
Always
strange
the case.
card, you think it's shit, you don't read it. He's drawn the land to take out the mum.
Oh, okay,
I
so
don't
it
like,
was-
why would he play the second mum? I don't like that at all.
So he did name the hierarch,
Yeah.
and then he killed it. So there was an error there.
I don't know why you would play the second one when you know one day he'll draw a land to blow them both up.
Yeah, and now you're in trouble.
Yeah.
How big is that knight? I think it's an 8/8.
So if we look at Wasteland, Trop, and 2 fetches, I think.
Okay, so it looks like he's taking it, going to 2.
Wow.
That's a heavy beating. That locks him out of playing Marilyn and everything else. I think losing the Revoker there, because the Revoker is naming
Hierarch, which is kind of dead
which
at the
is
moment.
dead. Just blocking it outright, I think, was fine. So there's a large number of misplays on both sides here.
Yeah. Maybe he's just hoping to draw a path. Like, he has a Marlin in hand, which is...
So he can gang block it here. If he plays the Zealous Persecution, he can block it with 2 of his creatures to wipe it out, keep the Arbiter alive.
That's quite good.
Even with the extra crack fetch lands, I think, because it'll go to 10, down to 9, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, so he needs to triple block it. That's a bit rough.
And have a Zealous Persecution, and his opponent have nothing.
Yeah, and he's got 3 cards in hand.
Yeah.
And it loses him the Arbiter, which gets his opponent to the point where they can cast spells. Alright, so he's realised he can block the Revoke this turn.
Why would you not play another spell, though? He has a Talia in hand, like... What's the... and also, why would you not attack with at least one of your creatures? Oh, he's going for the gang block.
Alright.
Okay, so I don't think he understands what's going to happen here.
That he's going to lose everything and his opponent's going to be able to tap lands and things.
Yeah.
I think he's hoping... Maybe he's got the sick read and he just has his opponent have nothing.
So this makes Knight a 7/7.
At the moment, without the correct fetch lands.
And then can become a 9/9, and he's got a team of 9 power.
No, 10 power.
10 power.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, Spirit's a 3/1. Yeah.
So 10 power. So cracking the fetch lands here, playing the fetch land pre-combat, still didn't help.
Yeah, if he played the instead of the Tundra. Yeah.
Happy to trade. Now he's going to leave his fetch lands uncracked to wait for the next Arbiter to come down.
Yeah.
No, here we go.
Here we go. He's learned how to crack fetches. Geez, I think that Green Sun Zenith is definitely going to be very important. Here we've got a nice shot of Lewis's head, and I think Daffod...
I think that's product placement.
Yeah, definitely Daffod is enjoying that milk.
Yeah, I'm keen.
He's feeling the pain after his loss, and we've just got another Knight in play, which was what a realistically thought was going to happen.
The Green Sun Zenith for it. So we've just got blockers after blockers after blockers. Does he have the... He's got the path, right? So he's just going to play blockers into path.
Yeah, he's just got to... He's got to get that third land, like that Marilyn and that Bremaz. I mean, he can't ever cast Marilyn. Leaving that Windswept Heath uncracked again.
Just to rub it in.
Yeah,
I made a mistake.
Yeah.
No, I made a mistake.
So all he needs here is a removal spell, and all he's found is nothing.
Green Sun Zenith can't get anything in his deck that does the job. I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
It's worth checking.
Here we have Morgan looking pretty resigned.
Yeah, he's doing.
He knows
Morgan
his beat.
shrug.
Yeah. The hugging himself because no one else will kind of thing.
It's a bit rough.
All right.
So here we've got another guy to come to block, come to the party, but he's going to get dazed.
Yeah, he's got the daze. Yeah. And that's match. All right. So we had a fair amount of time deciding that match on luck. But,
no, there were a lot of poor plays.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, going to be introduced. Talking to Morgan.
Yeah.
I can access my storeroom.
For the moment.
So I believe we'll have Shane talking to Morgan in just a moment. Yep, he's coming in to do the interview. I believe Shane's watched the match. Yeah. So there's a number of interesting plays there.
I'll give it back in a sec.
Okay. Alright, let's see.
We'll just kick things off. I think after that punishing defeat, Morgan should probably actually just stand there. I don't think he's earned the right to sit.
I think no, they will play it. I suppose on both sides. Not
Yeah.
cracking that windswept heath on the turn that he paid for the Leonin Arbiter cost Lewis a lot.
Yeah.
And naming the wrong things for revokers was punishing to Morgan. It was a bit, but on both sides.
Oh, wait for my turn.
We're just setting things up here in the booth at the moment. I think a replay's going on. So. Thanks, Brad. Cheers, man. Sorry for colonising your place. Right. Okay, ready to go, I think.
Sure.
In a sec.
Yeah. All right, we've built that. Yeah.
So how'd you go there, mate? That was this is Shane Swoboda coming to you live from Good Games Canberra, the Legacy top 8 for our Legacy League. Morgan just lost in the quarterfinals to Bant True Name Nemesis with his file.
True Name didn't kill me.
Yeah.
I was ready for True Name.
Yeah, you had a pretty sweet build though. Black in taxes. So tell us about your deck.
All right. It's a relatively traditional Death and Taxes deck.
Yep.
Running black for Zealous Persecution and a Marilyn of the Morn Song lockout between Leonin Arbiter and Marilyn. A bunch of Ghost Quarters paths, which are great with Leonin Arbiter, of course.
Yeah.
And Wastelands.
So how'd you go in the Swiss? Like, what kind of guys did you beat?
8-2. I beat
8-2?
a whole bunch of things. I managed to beat Jim in the Swiss, who's in the top 8 right now. Oh god,
Can we get a copy of the list up on the screen just quickly? Because I think it's a fairly interesting deck list we've got here. But essentially, look, I'll just quickly run through the list as well. So
Delver's a great matchup. So many Delver decks don't run basic lands, so you get an extra 4 wastelands into the deck with the Ghost Quarters, which are great.
It's a bit of a mess. Okay, so it's a pretty interesting deck. So we've got 2 Zealous Persecutions in the main, obviously for True Name Nemesis, elves, tokens, annoying things like that.
So many things.
You've got the 3 paths to exile. Now you're running those over swords. So you're not running any swords. Look, obviously it's got a good interaction there with Leonin Arbiter.
Yep.
But I mean, is the life gain really relevant? Do you think swords would be better? I mean,
no. This deck beats down really hard. It's got a whole bunch of 2-drop creatures, giving them life. Off a Knight of the Reliquary or whatever else they're playing, the life can be relevant.
Enough.
And there are so many situations where you just get the free removal, and it's fine.
So you got 4 Thalias, pretty standard for this kind of deck. The 3 Bobs in the main.
That's another thing. The Dark Confidence. They're great.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. So 4 Leonin Arbiters, which is part of your combo. 4 Scullers for hand interaction. Your 2 Marilyns and an Avon Mind Sensor, 2 Revokers, 4 Mums, 3 Spirits of the Labyrinth, and 4 Aether Vials. And 2 Brimairs as the final beat stick, as well as 4 Ghost Quarters and 4 Wastelands. So you've got a really strong way of controlling the board. Now, why no Thoughtseize? Tell me about Thoughtseize, because that feels like a card that should be in the main as well. Or at least in your board.
Turn 1, you really want to be playing an Aether Vial or a Mum.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you want to be doing. It doesn't... I don't feel as though it fits into the deck. There's nothing that I would take out which does a better job at whatever it is that it's doing. Okay. You've got the Tide Hollow Scullers.
Yeah.
And they can be used at end of their turn or during their draw step with the Aether Vials.
Yeah.
And it's not as relevant with this deck seeing their hand. It's stopping them from casting spells. You don't care what spells they have in their hand, because you can just stop them from doing it most of the
I
time.
imagine, though, given the meta as well, I mean, Canberra, surprisingly, because Canberra's usually very heavy on the combo, we've seen very little fast combo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, first turn Thought Seizers have not actually been that relevant because there isn't, no one's coming to a league match with Belcher. God knows, it's not very fun anyway. But look, I personally think this is a pretty cool brew. It looks a lot like some of the modern Hate Bears decks, actually.
Yes, I was inspired from that, actually. This deck came into existence because I thought that this was a legacy deck that my housemate had built. I said I wanted to work on it, and he said, "No, this is my modern deck." I'm like, "Oh, really?"
Well, we know Leonid Arbiter's seen playing Vintage as well. I mean, it's the ultimate troll card in Vintage.
Yeah,
so, look, I actually think this is a really cool list.
Cheers.
I mean, obviously needs a bit of work, maybe. I don't know. But like, no, but like, I mean, for any event, I mean, you always need to tune your sideboard for the expected meta. I wouldn't take this list as is to something like Masters.
Yeah.
I do think if you're looking at playing this deck in a big event, you'd want Thought Seizers. Like, Thought Seize doesn't fit in this meta.
That's fair.
So it was a good call for this meta. But I think a bit of tweaking.
I'll be more than happy to listen to some suggestions to take out, because,
But I think this is an excellent list. You did an excellent job going 8-2 in the rounds. Shame to see a rogue list bomb out in the first round of the top 8. I mean,
it happens.
It happens.
I mean, my opponent mulled a 5 as well, both games, so he won off one of them and lost off one of them. So
do you think you'll be taking this to Masters at all, or you're going to go down to Melbourne for Masters in a couple of months?
Traveling with me and Magic right now is a little bit awkward. I'd like to.
Yeah,
I would like to.
So maybe you'll get to see some of this stuff pop out at Masters and get to sob when.
That'd be cool.
Morgan here comes down with the turn 2 Leonid Arbiter on the play.
Yeah.
A lot of tears, I imagine.
There's some Ghost Quarters out.
Well, the brilliant thing with this as well is, I mean, it's very easy for people to misplay. I mean, the old activate Vial. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Revoker. No, not Revoker!
It's not Revoker. It's Leonid Arbiter.
Yeah.
Crack. Yeah.
Even Revoker, people do misplay with that because obviously once you allow the Vial, I mean, you can't do anything about it afterwards.
No.
So you've got, surprise Revoker, surprise Leonid Arbiter, you've got surprise Spirit of the Labyrinth. Basically, if you've got a Brainstorm, a Fetch Land, if you've got anything that does anything, and he's got a Vial on 2, you really can't do much without seeing his hand, because he's just got so many ways to really screw with you. And I would not like to play a Storm deck against this list. That would be terrible. I think the one real weakness this deck has actually is its high non-basic count. It needs, because it can't play fetches, it needs the high non-basic count, but that opens you up to Blood Moon and things like that.
Yes.
But we're going to be moving.
Yet again, with the Anther Vial, it's not too much of a problem.
We're going to be moving off to the semi-finals now. But thanks very much, Morgan. You did a great job.
Cheers.
And I really like your list.
Thank you.